Hello, and thank you once again for tuning in to I Choose Me, hashtag No More Excuses, for our Tuesday night meeting and our movement of loving ourselves and choosing ourselves. So on this particular night, we're going to deal with vision. Embracing the vision for your life, and so that is what this Tuesday night is all about. Is about embracing the vision for your journey, and how that pertains to I Choose Me, hashtag No More Excuses, will be what tonight's session will be all about. At this time, I always like to start with the motto, and the motto is: I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow. And like I said, in order for us to live in our best life and to live in our truth and to walk in our purpose, we have got to love ourselves and embrace ourselves and acknowledge that we are who we say we are. Hey, Sapphire, thank you for tuning in. Okay, so like I said, today our topic is going to be about embracing the vision for your life. Now, before we go any further, you know how I like to go over the definition, just so that we all always start on the same playing field of understanding. And so vision is the power of seeing. Another definition is something seen in a dream, trance, etc. A mental image, the ability to perceive or to foresee something as through mental acuteness, and something or someone of great beauty. So those are the different definitions for vision. Now, to set personal goals, you will always have to strive. So now, in order to live out your vision and be in your vision, you have to set personal goals for yourself. You have to put an expectation on the things that you want for your life. Put it down, write it down. You know what they say, write the vision and make it plain? It's about you creating the vision so that you can see it, so that you can remind yourself of what you want daily and how do you get there. I said, when you create a vision for your life, doors will be opened up. When you begin to say it and speak it and acknowledge it and embrace it, then you can begin to see it when these things happen. Sometimes we have things inside of, we have visions that we want, and the reason why we don't acknowledge them when they happen or when these things come to pass is because we didn't write it down. We didn't even realize that that was a vision that we had inside of us. So you have to see the vision. I said, there's no sin in failing, but the sin is in never trying. In order to reach whatever level, in order to live your best life, in order to walk in your purpose, you have got to try. It does require you to try, for you to go out there, to take the initiative and to embrace yourself and to, work on your journey where you're trying to go. I said, in order to have vision, you have to know who you are, because the biggest injustice you can ever give yourself is painting your life through someone else's eyes. And we have spoken about that time and time again. In order to live your best life, in order to love yourself, in order to inspire yourself, in order to especially have vision for yourself, you have to start to look through your eyes. The vision is what you see. The purpose is your purpose, and your walk is your walk, and whatever you have in you is nobody else's to tell you that you can make it or you can't make it. It's about you. And like Sappha said, yes, it's about taking a chance in you, on you. And so it's about knowing yourself so you can understand what chances you need to take to reach the level that you're trying to go. Where are you trying to go? Have you even sat down with yourself and decided what goals you have for your life? What desires did you see for your life? Have you even done that homework with yourself? And so that's what I want this week to be about. It's about you sitting down with yourself and saying, what do I want? Where do I want to go? What vision do I see for my life? What do I see for a family, for my home? Just every little detail in your life, you can write it down, and then you can go back so that you can create a plan, a blueprint for you to make all this stuff come to pass. I said, never let someone diminish your dream or stop you from dreaming just because somebody else don't get it or believe in it. Doesn't mean it isn't worthy. So at the end of the day, It's about you knowing what you want. It's about you believing in your heart that this is who I was meant to be. This is what my purpose is. And when you know that, it doesn't matter if anybody understands it or see it. It's about you walking in your truth and in your light and owning that you are enough. If God placed the vision in you, then it is clear that other people won't be able to see what you see because they're not walking in your shoes and they just don't have the soul that you have. And so your vision is for your eyes only. And so you have to embrace that what God has given to you is worth bringing to pass because you have what it takes to do that. I says, always remember it's your dream and you are the only one who can dream it because it's your vision, and vision starts at the very heart of yourself. And so that's what all these weeks have been about loving yourself. Sappho said you're trying to figure it out is sometimes the most difficult part. Absolutely. Trying to figure out what your purpose or where you're supposed to go is the most difficult part. And that's why I'm saying that from week to week, that you spend from day to day, daily, you do affirmations with yourself. You get to know yourself. In order to tap into that gift or your purpose and in order to give birth to these visions, you have to love yourself to the core. You have to feel like that you deserve what you're seeing. You have to feel like you deserve what you're envisioning. And in order to feel like all these things are something that you should have and that you deserve, you most certainly should get to know yourself and love yourself so that you can create a vision for yourself. So, when we get visions, they'll say we get in good relationships and stuff, then we start to vision being married, or we start to vision having children and a home and stuff like that. It's because something has sparked something inside of us that's given us the joy to dare to dream. And so what I'm saying is that you have to spark something inside of yourself so that you can dare to dream in your life and for your future and for your tomorrow. And so in order to reach those levels, in order to figure out what you are supposed to be doing, you gotta spend more time with yourself so that you can get to know what you love, and you can get to know your hobbies, and you can get to know these gifts that are hidden treasures inside of yourself that are waiting to be discovered. The key, it says, learn you, what you want, dream big, see it in your mind, and work daily to make it come to pass. Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. This whole process of life is about learning ourselves. I think we take so long to know ourselves because we are so busy trying to understand everyone else. When your job is not to understand other people, your job is to understand yourself so you know how to deal with other people. You know how to function with other people. You know how to bring your best self to other people. And you also know how to recognize other people who you may not want in your space, like I said before. Lakeisha said, ever since I found my purpose, I do everything that gives life to my purpose. My purpose is mine. You are so right. Oh, thank you, honey. Yes, your purpose is yours. And I say, when you figure that out, you live with such a light and with such a a brightness about you. I can say about Keisha, when she comes around, she has this light. Nobody's going to tell her who she is. You know why? Because she knows her purpose. She knows she's a queen. She knows who she is. And you walk in a room with that energy and you will bring love to you. And so it's so imperative that you make sure that you know who you are. You tap into that gift, because that is when you get to enjoy life on a daily basis. Okay, so now this next part, I said to have vision means you can see where you are going and you are walking on the purpose of your life. And so that's what vision is all about. It's about being able to see where you're headed and to have a clear path to where you're trying to go. And so in order to reach those magnitudes, in order to reach those levels, you definitely have to know who you are. To live life without purpose is like having a heart that doesn't beat. What good is it? It's like being blessed with a heart that doesn't keep you alive. And so at the end of the day, purpose is what gives us life. To have a vision is what inspires us to go day to day. Because, working every day doesn't inspire you to want to go back to work. But what a purpose and a vision does, it gives you something to look forward to. It gives you something to believe in, that it's not just about work. There are going to be some moments, there are going to be some times when I'm going to be able to pull myself aside and get to be more in tune with myself so that I can live the life that I dreamed of. When you envision all these things and you imagine all these things, all things are possible, but it's up to you to understand and accept that you are more than your job. You are more than your titles. You are more than your roles. Who you are is a person who deserves to walk in their purpose and to walk in their gift so that you can know that God is using you. So to be used, you have to know who you are as well as whose you are. I said, living life without purpose is like being blessed with the breath yet refusing to breathe. And so that's what it is. We all walking around and we being content with our titles and our roles, and we're forgetting that we were placed here with a purpose. But in order to reach that purpose, like I said, all roads lead back to loving yourself, embracing yourself, and acknowledging that you were born with a purpose and that you are not in competition with anybody, because who you are, nobody can be you, and who they are, nobody can be them. So it's about accepting that you were put here in divine order with something special just for you, and it's up to you to embrace and acknowledge that. Grace says, if you have an idea what your purpose is, how do you begin to develop it and step out of your comfort zone? Back to what we've been doing from week to week, which is what I'm saying is about. To step out of your comfort zone is to know that you know that you know. So in order for you to walk in your purpose, it takes a confidence. Because sometimes your purpose might be something that somebody doesn't get. Sometimes your vision might be something that maybe you don't have all the answers to. But in loving yourself and embracing yourself and being proud of who you are, you will come out of that comfort zone, because you will walk with such a pride, and you will walk with such a power that allows you to not be afraid to stand up for yourself, to not be afraid to acknowledge that you are enough, to not be afraid to say, I'm going to step out on faith and do something that maybe people don't think that I'm going to be able to do. Maybe, I have doubted for years and years and years, but I'm getting to the point where I'm going to embrace myself and love myself so that I can do what I was called to do, what I was placed here to do, and to be who I was placed here to be. I said, if you can see it, you can achieve it. That's why we call it a vision. It allows you to see where you're going before you get there. Your vision is your roadmap for your life. That's why it's so imperative you are looking through your own eyes. Because it would be without purpose to walk on someone else's journey expecting to live out your life purpose. It's impossible. And so what I mean by that is that in order to go where you're trying to go, you have to first know who you are. And if you are trying to live your life through other people's expectations, other people's opinions, other people's dream for your life, you might miss what you were placed here for. Because you have to understand that nobody knows the soul of you but you. Nobody understands what makes you tick. Nobody understands what lifts you up like you do. And so it's about you being able to reboot yourself by constantly doing things that empower and encourage the spirit of you. Because everybody is different, and everybody requires different things to give them that boost, because we all are built in a different mannerism. We all are built in a different way. So that's why it's so important that we know who we are, so that we know what it takes for us to run this race or to be on the journey that we're on. I said, don't allow fear to stop you. Oh, and that goes back to grace, what I was saying before. I was getting to that. Don't allow fear to stop you. When there's a clear path wherever you are going, that means others have been there. And so when I'm saying, a clear path, don't think that because nobody has walked this road or nobody has been where you're going right now, that it's not nothing out there for you. If there's a clear path, that means others have walked it. So understand that somebody has been on that journey. I said, but when the path becomes unclear, it means not many have walked this way, and you have now walked into the realm of chosen. Everybody wants to feel like they are special. Everybody wants to be great. Obama was the first black president. He was, he done something that wasn't done before. That means the road in which he walked, it wasn't a clear path. And so what I'm saying is that sometimes if you want to be as great as your mind tells you, if you want to be as powerful as your dreams are inside of you, then you got to walk a path that nobody has gone before. You may have to create a path for somebody. I got this path out there because the other today, me and my husband, we was driving, and there was trees all over, and I saw a little path. A guy was walking through the path, and I got this. My mind is always spinning. I'm like, wow, you see that? I said, you know why it's a path now? There's a path now because one person walked that way, somebody else walked that way, somebody else walked that way, and now it created. So nothing grows there no more because it has been walked on so many times by so many different people. But what I'm saying is that when you are trying to go where nobody has gone before, sometimes you're going to have to knock some trees out of the way. And sometimes it might not be steps that you can see it. Sometimes it might be gravel down there. So what I'm saying is that sometimes the journey might not be clear. But if you want to be great, you're going to have to start something by taking the journey because it's yours. Kia said that people confuse conceit for confidence. I'm not conceited, just love me some me. Absolutely, and that's what it's all about. And we can't allow people's opinions of how we see ourselves to dictate how we move and how we represent ourselves. It's not, when you begin to love yourself and stop making excuses and understanding that you're enough, you no longer make other people's opinion about how you walk and how you move the focus of your decisions in your life, because you understand that it's all about my intentions. I'm not walking here intending to seem conceited. I'm walking here because I want to bring a brightness. I want to bring a light. I want to pull you in. I want you to be like, hey, how you doing? So that's why I walk in here proud and excited and happy and smiling, because I want to welcome you into my space. And so it's not conceit. It's called joy to another level. I said, continue to choose yourself because there's greatness waiting inside of you. So as you continue to love yourself and grow yourself and know yourself, there is joy. There's greatness waiting inside of you for you to be and walk in your personal legend. You know what I'm saying? To walk in your truth. I said, don't be afraid because there is no direction. Create that directions for the next one coming after you. And so that's what I mean about creating a path. So maybe it's a road that's less traveled. And maybe you don't have all the answers, but keep on striving and keep on figuring it out. And as you're going don't forget to maybe write the directions on how you got through. Don't forget to be a blessing to somebody else who you may come across who's been through where you've been. Or, so when you become like, okay, I'm a motivational speaker. I do motivational speaking. When I get to the level I want to be, I can't forget about people coming up who started at humble beginnings like I'm starting, or how many different people took different levels to get to where they wanted to be. It's about walking a path that maybe never been traveled, that you don't have the assets or the resources to get to people to get the information that you need. And so you got to figure it out to live your best life. But in figuring it out to live your best life is your obligation. It is your duty to create some directions for somebody else coming behind. And that's what it's all about. Each one teach one, love back, give back. Thanks for taking out the time to send out. Oh, perfect. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. I said, remember, someone did their part so you can do yours. And that's what I'm talking about. Everybody, other people have paved the way for us to be where we are, whether it's because you're black, whether it's because you're a woman, whether it's because whatever the reason was that somebody had to pave a way for you, never forget that you still have to pave a way for somebody. So be ready and prepared and full of love and for yourself. That way you can support one another in the way in which we are required to support, in which they are waiting to be supported. I said, do your part because your supreme moment of destiny is waiting on it. At the end of the day, in order for you to reach the level in which you need to reach, you have to understand that you are somebody. You have what it takes. And so I want everybody to know that I'm going to do a vision board party. I'm going to go live on February 4th at 8 p.m. Let me show you something. I wanted to share a vision board. I have 2 separate vision boards, and this is something that I went over and looked at and realized how important it is to choose yourself and love yourself. Now, I don't know how clear this is, but on my first vision board, this vision board I created on March 4th of 2008. And what I noticed about this vision board, most of this stuff, didn't come to pass, But what I noticed about this vision board that I created originally was all about the people I wanted to meet and the places I wanted to go. And I forgot about me. I forgot about my purpose. I forgot about what I was placed here to be. I forgot about my journey, and I forgot about the story that God had gave me for me to be able to walk in my best life. So it's about embracing yourself and loving yourself so that you can create a vision. So now this vision was all combobulating. It was all about everything and everybody but me, my star player, who I was. It was about, meeting this and meeting that. Then, when I created my new vision board, after I appreciated and accepted that who I am is special, and people will come to see you instead of you trying to see them when you start to love who God created you to be. This second one I have on here, something very special that is about tonight. And I created this board on August 26th of 2012. This particular board, I had an awakening to my calling and start my movement. No more excuses. I choose me. My dream is to make women realize how special they are so they can stop abandoning themselves. This right here has come to pass. 4 years later, and now I'm walking in this realm of I choose me, and I got my logo, and I'm walking in this dream that I envisioned. I wanted to get in shape, and I'm proud to say I did lose about 40 pounds, so I'm happy about that. And so what I realized is that when I began to write a vision that focused on me, that focused on my dreams, that focused on who I was created to be, when I started to create a vision like this, I began to see things come to pass, because the best gift you can give yourself is understanding that the only person that you have sole control over is yourself. The only person that you can inspire to the levels and do the everything you want is yourself. And so in order to have a vision, in order to go somewhere, you got to know yourself. You have to know what you want. I don't care if it's a house. I don't care if it's a car. I don't care if you sing. Listen, I always wanted to sing. First of all, let's make sure we can sing. Let's make sure, because I'm going to tell you something. Our gift will line up with our purpose. And so we will be given the tools to walk in the truth that we want to walk in. But it's about understanding what tools we possess so that we can use it to the magnitude in which it is required. I'm going to go to our poem now before we end out. This poem is titled Waiting on Dreams. Every week I do an inspirational, motivational poem that is written by me, of course. But this one is called Waiting on Dreams. Lord, I ask that you would take the dream that's within me, take my vision and make it plain for me to see. There's a dream that I long for to come true. But I need your help, Lord, since all blessings flow from you. This vision I'm holding, but I'm confused where to start. For I have so many questions embedded deep in my heart. Because the vision I see incorporates the gift which I hold that was given to me when you started to mold. For my vision is within your vision, the bigger picture of us all. Because it is on the platform that you place that allows us to stand tall. But this vision is only a dream until you feel fit to open the door for me to walk into my destiny, but the pressure I can't ignore. The pressure of knowing that my dream is so close yet so far, and the anticipation of wanting to make a wish on every shooting star. Many tears I have cried waiting on my dreams deferred, knowing that this waiting isn't something I preferred. But I've learned the longer I wait, the better prepared I'll be to become a better person when I'm walking in my destiny. So I'll never let go of my dream, but I'll just work on myself until God finally makes the release. And knowing that He is in control helps keep my mind, body, and soul at peace. And so, at the end of the day, I want everybody to know that, okay, so wait, before I say anything, I want to make sure I'm loving the logo, to that. Okay, know yourself, the only person you can control. Yes, Theodora, perfect. And that's exactly what we were just saying. In order to, it's important that you know yourself, because like I say, you are the only person that you control. You are your star player. You are the only person that can dictate for your life. And so in order to live your best life, in order to be who God called you to be, you have got to walk in your truth and walk in your life. And so if anybody is interested in the Charlotte area or being a part of the vision board, which is going to be February 4th, you can inbox me. If you are out of town, I wanted to do it with the I Choose Me movement. And so what I want everybody to do that's interested in being a part of the vision board party on February 4th, make sure that you get a box. And I want you to write on the shoebox, find a little shoebox, and write on it, you could put I Choose Me. No, I Choose Me, hashtag no more excuses. And inside that box, throughout the next 3 weeks before the vision board thing on February 4th, I want you to start thinking about what you want. I want you to start cutting out pictures. I want you to start placing it in that I Choose Me box. And I want you to come on that day, whether you're on live or whether you're on the intimate setting of the I Choose Me vision board party, whether you're here with me or whether you're live. I want you to come with all your dreams, all your desires, everything that you put into that box. And on that day, I want you to take yourself out the box. I wanted you to take all your dreams out the box. I want you to take all your desires out the box, and we're going to place it on these boards. So if you're out of town and you're going to be a part, just make sure you have your pictures, your cardboard, scissor. Well, you wouldn't need scissors if you have cutting out your pictures already, and glue. And so that we're going to go live and we're going to be a part of the conversation. And I want you guys that are creating your boards to put key things on the notes and let me know what your, what's your vision, what you're doing, as well as we on this side will share our boards and share our vision. But for 2017, definitely make sure you have a vision board. My vision board, I'm not going to change. There's still a lot of things on there that I'm waiting to happen. And so at the end of the day, we all know your vision don't change. The object is to get a vision and make the board, put it up, and remind yourself every day of the goals that you have set for yourself. Because where you're going, no change. And sometimes it takes longer. Like I said, it was 4 years ago that I wrote this vision and this dream, and it's starting to manifest now. But you have to have patience. You have to understand that you're worthy. You have to understand that where God is trying to take you, He wants you to know where you're going. And so it helps by writing it down, because it helps you make a blueprint and a pattern to go by. Now, if you have any questions, you're ready. Okay, so Elaine, you ready? I'm ready for you. Sandra said, yes, you are your own best friend. Absolutely. And if we start to treat ourselves like our best friends, like our spouses, like our children, like our parents, and we start to treat ourselves like all the people that we pour so much into, if we begin to pour into ourselves, we will be prepared for where we are trying to go and where God is trying to take us. So don't forget, your vision is important. Start cutting out your pictures. Start creating your vision. Start thinking about what you want. Start manifesting it. Start pouring into yourself. Don't forget to love yourself. Don't forget to lift yourself up on a daily basis, because love grows everything. And if you're ready to grow, you got to love on yourself and keep on inspiring yourself to be great. Patience is the key. Just keep moving towards your vision. Absolutely. It's all about being patient, like Nakia said. It's all about being steadfast, and it's all about believing in where you're trying to go. I can't stress enough. Do not create a vision or for somebody else's dream for your life. In order for you to achieve greatness, in order for you to walk in your best life, the vision has got to be yours, because nobody knows you like you. And so if you are creating a vision for your life, you have got to make sure that you know who you are and you know what it is that you want. So when you are going on this journey, you know it's all worth it. because you're working hard for yourself and you know it's about yourself. And so it helps you to push through and conquer all obstacles and reach the level of success, which is your supreme moment of destiny. When you are walking in your light and in your truth, that is when you are living your best life. That is when you can smile, and that is when you can support one another because you are your happiest. I plan to be there on the 4th. I may bring someone with me. That's perfect. I'll definitely I'll send something out to you. Definitely send something out to you because it's gonna be a nice night. We'll have nice little precious potions. We'll have some food, and we'll have sisterhood, and we'll have a nice little unity. And so if there's people in other cities that watch the show together, please make a little vision board party, and then we can all be a part of it together and move together on this I Choose Me movement. And so once again, our motto is, I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow. And so, in order to do all of these things, we have to choose ourselves and make no more excuses and understand that we are enough. It's always a pleasure. It gives me great joy to get the kids down and choose myself and be in this moment and share with you guys every Tuesday night. I love what I'm doing. I love that you guys are participating, and I just want to celebrate you for taking the time to choose yourself, to taking the time to get in a quiet space at 9 p.m. and be a part of something that, you know, is all about love and all about inspiring and all about joy and all about walking in our best life. And so at this time, I just want to say love you guys. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. And don't forget, cut out your pictures, create your vision, put it in that I Choose Me box, because we are going to take ourselves out of the box and start walking in our vision and walking towards our journey to living in our supreme moment of destiny, which is our best life. I can't wait. I know you can't wait. Tune in next Tuesday for the next I Choose Me Live. But don't forget, cut out those pictures. Love you. No more excuses. Choose yourself. And until next time. Oh, also, I've been getting a lot of messages about my thing being backwards. I'm working on that. I'm using my phone. You know, humble beginnings, everybody. Humble beginnings. One day, it'll be better. It'll be better. But thank you. Love you. And thank you for allowing me to inspire you, Giadora. I love you too. Thank you, babe. God.